Our life have changed drastically since the COVID-19 pandemic. To say that the pandemic has changed the world would be an understatement. It has changed the way we think, the way we learn, and even the way we socialize. Socializing has become virtual and it will never be the same as socializing face to face. It's our human nature to go out and meet people in real life. According to my own survey, every student and lecturer are either studying online or working online from home. We haven't actually talked to people in person for months now. Some might be a year. Each one of us dreamed to just erase these 2 years and forget it ever happened, but unfortunately we can't. But what if we are able to live our life as before? What if the only way to survive this COVID-19 pandemic is taking the vaccine? Evidence is piling up that vaccines are the only way out of COVID-19 pandemic. Given that there are 32 million people in Malaysia and 87% of us are not vaccinated, we are looking at a problem of potential threats to the country and to our life. According to Ahmad Kalibi, Chief Consultant Pathologist of Pathologists, Lancet, Kenya, and Hon Lecturer, Department of Human Pathology, University of Nairobi, in countries where no significant proportion of the population is vaccinated, there is a huge risk of sustained community spread of COVID-19 over a prolonged period. I have never thought much about the COVID-19 dangers until I saw many news report about the number of deaths due to COVID-19, and I've never thought vaccine would actually work until I saw news report about the countries that are already living their normal life after having herd immunity. After doing some extensive research for this speech, it made me realize that COVID-19 is very scary and the only way to survive this is by taking the vaccine. My name is Nur Fazana Farhin Mitin Asarudin. I am a student of Bachelor of Degree of Quantitative Surveying from UiTM Shah Alam. Today, I hope to persuade each and every one of you to take the COVID-19 vaccine despite its known side effects to protect our health. Because COVID-19 poses a very serious health risk that might lead to death, we must get the immunizations or we would have to face the unprecedented consequences. Let's take a look more closely at the risk posed by COVID-19. COVID-19 imposed a long-term health issues and death. 2/3 of survivors of severe COVID-19 cases in Malaysia are found to have experienced the disease long-term effect, said Health Ministry Director General Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah, according to Malaysia Kini News. One example is Amira Ruslan, 29 years old female, a former COVID-19 stage 5 patient who had to fight for her life for 33 days, including going through induced coma for 9 days in the intensive care unit at Sungai Buloh Hospital after she was confirmed positive on January 7. Due to the COVID-19, doctors said that half her lungs are now not functioning properly and the conditioning is expected to last forever, and it is almost impossible for her to recover fully. To this day, she is still experiencing the long-term effects. Report from KKM on 5th July 2021 stated that the total number of deaths due to COVID-19 are 5,574 cases. These are not just numbers, these are people. These are someone's father, mother, husband, wife, and child. COVID-19 pandemic affect people's mental health and creating new barriers for people already suffering from a mental illness and substance disorder. On June 29, Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah said the COVID-19 pandemic has had huge impact on mental health worldwide, including in Malaysia. Most of it are due to isolation and job loss. According to the Malay Mail, 1st July 2021, a total number of 468 suicide cases were reported throughout Malaysia in the first 5 months of this year, which is from January to May. This means that on average, 3 people died by suicide every day from January to May due to the economical devastating lockdowns as the COVID-19 outbreak spread. The COVID-19 pandemic has seriously impacted the Malaysian economy. According to the Straits Times, despite 17 economic sectors being allowed to operate with 60% staff during phase 1 of the lockdown, the investment house said in a report on Tuesday, June 1st, that it is estimated daily losses to be up to 2 billion. Malaysians have already flooded the social media with accounts of forced unpaid leave or salary cuts, with some pointing out that they have yet to find new jobs after being fired or closing their businesses during MCO 1.0 last year. So, what's the solution? We can solve this problem by just taking one simple step, which is taking the COVID-19 vaccine. COVID-19 vaccines are effective. They can keep you from being infected by other people and stop you from spreading the virus to people around you. Getting vaccinated protects you, your family, and the society. This is especially important to those who fall under the high-risk group, which is the one who already suffered with chronic disease. Yes, it is true. You can still be infected by the virus after getting vaccinated, but people who have been vaccinated are much less likely to get sick. It is also possible that some fully vaccinated people might have infections but not have any symptoms. Moreover, research has found that fully vaccinated people are much less likely to be hospitalized or die than people with similar risk factors who are not vaccinated. Therefore, long-term effects and death can be avoided. If you're worrying about the side effects, stop. It's not something we need to be worried about. Truth to be told, when my friend told me about the post-injection symptoms, headaches, fever, chills, allergic reaction, I was scared. However, the pandemic mortality risk is much scarier. Most of these report side effects are actually normal post-injection symptoms that signal your body is building protection. It's the normal side effects that you get when you're getting any vaccine from any other disease. These side effects may affect your daily activities, but it should go away in a few days. Some might even won't have any side effect at all. And yes, there are reports of serious but extremely rare side effect of blood clotting from the vaccines. I understand why you would be concerned by the risk of the vaccination. Well, when I first heard about the news, I am terrified, honestly, but it's also important to keep in mind the risk of COVID-19 viruses. The risk from the vaccination is much lower than the risk of serious disease or even death as a result of COVID-19 infections. All medicines, including vaccines, have potential side effects in most cases. Side effects from COVID-19 vaccines are very mild. According to WHO, fewer than 10 cases of blood clot out of 1 million people have been reported, which is relatively lower compared to the side effects of any other vaccines. And don't worry, if the symptoms of blood clot appear to you, immediately report to the hospital and the doctor will provide immediate medical care for you. Your life can be protected by taking the COVID-19 vaccines. After you are fully vaccinated for COVID-19, you can resume many activities that you did before the pandemic. You can resume your activities without wearing a mask or staying 6 feet apart. We can start socializing with people as we used to. Imagine if a significant number of us are still not vaccinated, we will have to live our life as we are living currently forever. No more vacations, no schools, no office, no interaction or communication between people. Watching our family, friends, and people die one by one, and will be very depressed world where we're living in. In conclusion, COVID-19 viruses poses a very serious health risk that might lead to death. We must get the immunizations to protect our life, or we would have to face the unprecedented consequences. COVID-19 vaccines are an essential tool to help protect people against COVID-19 illness, including against new variants. So go and register your vaccination and encourage your friends and family to do the same. We can avoid losing more life due to this pandemic if we do this together. Remember, vaccination only works if we achieve herd immunity. Thank you.